Hello, good morning students. Welcome back to the 7th lecture of science of class 10th. Now in this lecture, we will discuss the properties of acid, base and the salts. So in this lecture, we will especially discuss the properties of acids. So in the previous lecture, we had discussed about the physical properties of acid, base, and we had also studied about the indicators and how salts formation takes place. So let's first see the properties of acids. So chemical properties of acids. Chemical properties of an acids. First is reaction with metals. So acid most probably react with the metals to produce salt and hydrogen gas. So let's see here. First, reaction with metals. So you can write add metal plus acids gives salts plus hydrogen gas. Okay. So we can take metal of any metal like sodium. If we are taking sodium, then acid as a HCl. So it gives NaCl plus H2. Now we need to balance it. Now you know that in first chapter we had discussed how to balance these. Number of the atoms on both sides should be equal. Okay. So here Na is 1. Here NaCl, Na is 1, here Cl is 1, Cl is 1, but here hydrogen is 2, okay, and here hydrogen is only 1. So here it is 2, so both sides it should be balanced. So we will place here 2. Now if hydrogen is 2, now HCl, Cl is also 2, okay, so we will place over here 2. So Cl is 2 now. Now along with Cl, sodium is also 2, so we will place here 2. You can also take another examples like HCl plus zinc. So it forms ZnCl2 plus H2. So this salt formation depends on the metals we have taken. Here it is sodium metal, so salt formation will be sodium chloride. Here it is zinc, so zinc chloride is the metal. Okay, sorry, zinc chloride is this salt. So this is salts. This is also salts. So these salts plus hydrogen gas. So we can take a lot of these examples of metal plus acid. So we will get the salts and hydrogen gas. Now let's see the another properties of these metals. So another properties of these acids with reaction of the other metals we can also take, like third example, if you are taking magnesium and H2SO4, so it forms magnesium sulfate and hydrogen gas. Okay, so this magnesium sulfate and hydrogen gas, this is so in similar way we can take many examples. So let us come to know the second properties of these acids. This was the first property. Second property of acids, that before that second property, let us see that how these, whenever this metal reacts with acid, it forms H2 gas. So how this presence of gases can be obtained? So presence of or testing of, you can say before that, testing of H2 gas. Okay, so suppose we have taken one stand and here we have taken a test tube. In that there will be a condenser, test tube, here condenser, or a pipe which runs from the test tube and goes inverted into a beaker which contains soap solution, or you can say soap water. Okay, so in this we will take zinc granules plus HCl. So if we take zinc granules Zn plus HCl, you know it is formed zinc chloride plus hydrogen gas. So this gas will be obtained over here in these bubbles form. Okay, in this bubble form. And if you take a lighted here candle, so you will find that there is a sound produced, pop-like sound. So there is bursting of pop-like sound. So this bursting of pop-like sound is nothing but the determination or the identification, detection of this hydrogen gas. So from this we can detect that during this process, when metals react with HCl or acid, it produces salt plus hydrogen gas. It is given in your textbook, so you can read the activity. In short, I told this is the whole process of detection of hydrogen gas. Now second property is reaction with metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate. So we can write here acid plus metal carbonate. So that also gives salts plus CO2 plus H2O. Okay, so that also gives salt plus CO2 plus H2O. We can take example of here HCl plus Na2CO3. This is sodium carbonate. So this gives here salt of NaCl plus CO2 plus H2O is obtained. So CO2 in gaseous form, H2O in liquid form is obtained. So we can, this is actually metal carbonate. This is metal carbonate. We can take another example of metal hydrogen carbonate. So here also HCl plus NaHCO3. This forms NaCl plus CO2 plus H2O. Now this equation needs to be balanced. So in first case we can balance. See here HCl is there, H is 1, here H is 2. So we can put here 2. So it is 2Cl, 2 hydrogen. Here we need to put it 2. Okay, so sodium 2, Cl2, hydrogen 2, and oxygen 2 plus 1, 3. So 2 plus 1, 3. Okay, so this is balanced one. Here NaCl plus NaHCO3, NaCl plus CO2 plus H2O. So here hydrogen is 1 over here, hydrogen is 1 over here, so it becomes 2, and here it is 2. So this, there is no need to balance it. Okay. Now come to the third property of coming to the third property of this acid, we see that acid reacts with base. Acid reacts with base to produce here third acid plus base, so that produces salts plus water. Salts plus water. So in this reaction over here, salts plus water is obtained. Now you know that acid and base both are opposite in nature. So both of them react together to form salt and water. So this type of reaction is also called as neutralization reaction. So this reaction can be also referred as neutralization reaction. We can take here example of acid like HCl, base as NaOH we can take. So this forms NaCl plus H2O. Now we need to balance. If there is not, this equation is not balanced, we can balance over here. H is 1 and 1, 2, 2 is here, Na is 1, Na is 1, Cl is 1, oxygen is 1. So this equation is totally balanced. We can also, now this reaction, as I told, this reaction acid base neutralizes the acidic effect, or you can say both of this acid and base neutralizes its own effect and forms salt and water. So this reaction is referred as neutralization reaction. So we can also write, when acid reacts with base, it forms salt and water. This type of reaction is called as neutralization reaction. When acid reacts with base, it forms salts and water by neutralizing acid base effect this type of reaction is called neutralization reaction. Okay, so it's very easy that when acid reacts with base, it forms salt and water by neutralizing acid base effect. Thus this type of reaction is called as neutralization reaction. So I think you might have understood this. Now the fourth property is that reaction with metallic oxide. Reaction with metallic oxide. So acid reacts with metallic oxide to form here salts plus water. Okay, so here salts plus water. Now let us take one example. Acid we can take HCl as common. So metallic oxide you can take as magnesium oxide. So it forms MgCl2 plus H2O. Now hydrogen is 2 over here, hydrogen is 1 over here. So we can place here 2. So 2. Now chlorine is also here 2. Chlorine is also here 2. Now magnesium 1. Magnesium 1. Oxygen 1. Oxygen 1. This reaction is now second example we can take here. You can take example like HCl plus Na2O. So it also forms NaCl plus H2O. Now again here sodium is 2, hydrogen is 2. So we can place here 2. 2 is already. So here 2 hydrogen, 2 Cl, 2 Cl, 2 sodium is there, and oxygen is 1, hydrogen is 2, and hydrogen is 2. So this equation is balanced also. Now in similar way, we can have the fifth properties of this acid. Means, let us see the fifth property of acid in water. So fifth properties of these acids in water. We know that in the previous lecture we had discussed that this acid dissolves in aqueous solution and produces H plus ions. In similar way, we can take here that some acids like HCl plus water, so it will dissolve and form H3 plus hydronium ion and Cl minus as a negative ion. So as I had told that in this H plus ion which is produced during this process, during dissociation process of this hydrochloric acid, this H plus ion cannot exist alone. So it reacts with the water molecule to form hydronium ion again. So again here H plus ion plus H2O reacts together to form here hydronium ion. So this is all about the fifth properties of acid. So acid reacts in presence of water as aqueous solution to produce hydronium. This is called as a hydronium ion. Okay. So this is all about the properties of acid. Now in the next lecture we will see the properties of bases, how these bases reacts with the similar way with metal, non-metallic oxide and so on, and how is the behavior of this base in presence of water also. So till then you stay home, stay safe and keep learning. Thank you.